Hey, it's Trixie. Welcome to the Underground. I survived the Big E. Before I talk about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, let me just get through the Big E. Okay, it rained most of the time, okay? So it was very dead, full of kids with no money, and attendance was way down. So let me tell you about the torrential rains we had on Friday, the last weekend. So I knew when I parked in that parking lot I was going to have problems getting out because it was like mud. Not a lot, but 9 in the morning, mud, and then puddles that I had to leap over. So then when I got out at 4, I was scared to death that I was not going to be able to get out. So I get to my car, I was covered in mud, and I said, oh great, I can back out, but there was this truck behind me, so I couldn't. I had to go where there was a lake. I mean, really, a lake. I said, I'm going to get stuck in there and die. But I ended up getting out of there. I drove very slowly. My Nissan made it. Good. I said the next day, forget it, because it rained the whole day. I took a shuttle. So I went in there. I got out. I called for the golf cart. Get me out of here. So the golf cart picked me up. He's beeping at everybody on the sidewalk to get me through another gate. Someone's calling him on the phone, and he's like, leave me alone. I'm busy. And then we get in the shuttle. This guy goes, I'll have you home in 5 minutes. I'm like, what are you going to do, fly? You wouldn't believe the traffic. It was like, it's standstill on side streets, Main Street. So he's like, believe me. He goes, I hope nobody has to pee. The next 5 minutes were something out of a Steve McQueen movie. We were bouncing. Some woman was coughing, so I said, oh, great, I'm going to die and get COVID. But he got us through no humans were allowed back there. We got through, and we got, like, through the back way. We ended up on a main road with a light, and then, of course, when it's so much traffic, you guys know this, that it was people from Connecticut. They're in the middle of the street. So, of course, he's giving them the Massachusetts salute, like, get out of here. Okay, there's a lot of stuff to talk about today. Before we talk about Taylor Swift, Britney Spears is auditioning for the movie Knives Out. Did you see that video with her with the knives, dancing with the knives? So the sheriff's department went to her house to make sure, welfare check. I guess they said she was okay. I don't know if she's okay. I really don't think dancing with knives is like a really good way to go. So I don't know what's going on with her, but maybe she needs to change her medication or something. But you can always tell when someone's out there. So everybody thinks Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are, having some kind of fling. And I don't know if it's just a marketing ploy. She's so damn smart. Because her movie's coming out in a couple of weeks. Let me tell you something. The Exorcist was supposed to come out that week. They moved it up for Taylor Swift. So I'm going to go see that damn thing because I missed her concert. I'm very upset. But Travis is so different than any guy she's ever been with because she's on Harry Styles. Travis Kelce's like a man. They're the same age, but it seems like she dates like guys that look like boys, like Joe Jonas and Harry Styles and Joel Alwyn, and I'll tell you, he's a man. When she was at the football games, and let me tell you, his jersey has shot up. His Instagram following has shot up almost 1 million. He's chest pumping, and she's like, you could see her up there, and she's like, because she kind of likes, it's different for her to date. I guess he went to her apartment or something in New York, so I don't know, something's going on. It's very different. I don't know if he's going to be able to deal with it because she's ruling the country right now. You know how Madonna wanted to rule the world? I mean, I think she's doing it. She's sales of his jersey up 400%. They've got Swiftie on the back of his jersey. It's too funny. But I don't know if she's going to be at all the stadiums, but she was at MetLife last night. Those poor Jets. I mean, I can imagine it's only worse. I'm a Skins fan. Can you imagine what it's like to be a Jets fan? So the Chiefs played poorly last night. Mahomes threw a couple of interceptions, and they still couldn't win. That's how bad it got. My Skins, everybody's calling me, you watching the game? No, I'm not, because they make me crazy. And they were tying it with 1 second left, went into overtime, and they shut it off to put that awful Patriots and Cowboys game, which was disgusting to watch. I mean, if you're a Patriots fan, I don't know, I'd probably jump in a lake somewhere and drown on purpose. But I'm still excited about football, even though Philadelphia, they're still undefeated. I didn't know that Taylor Swift was from Philly. Not from Philly, but from Pennsylvania. She's from West Reading or something. She's an Eagles fan, and she's rooting for the Chiefs? I don't understand that. That's like me rooting for Raiders or Dolphins. Like, I'm not rooting for people that beat my team in the Super Bowl. That's different for a football fan. Travis Kelce is getting this, the right is after him. because did you see the commercial with him trying to get the flu shot and the COVID shot? He did a Pfizer commercial for flu vaccines and COVID vaccines, which I think is kind of cute. I think that's kind of cute. And he's also doing, like, for Bud Light. So he's really going, I don't know, I didn't know he was liberal, but it seems like he's liberal, or he wants to stir controversy up. But the right wing is going after him. I have to make a correction. I made a mistake. I said Maura Healey was not at the Big E. She was at the Big E during Massachusetts Day in the building. So I heard that Rhode Island's governor was not there. Bad. Also, there's been arrests in the Tupac murder. Can you believe this? After how many years now? Keefe D, Dwayne Davis. Keefe D was the uncle of Orlando Anderson, who got his butt kicked in Las Vegas when they were kicking him. Remember Suge Knight and Tupac were kicking him after the Tyson fight because he stole a medallion. So, yeah, I guess I don't know if he's guilty or what, but he's been arrested after all this time. They have him on video saying, I'm going to leave it for the streets. The gunshot was coming from the back. Okay, I mean, they just can't shut up, you know. A delivery driver who followed GPS into the water in Massachusetts is now facing charges. What do you mean you followed GPS into the water? You don't always, like, listen to GPS. I mean, it's going to take you bad places, you know. Oh, okay, go off this cliff. I don't think so. He got charged with negligent operation of a vehicle. He's in the woods, right? He's trying to deliver something from DoorDash or something. He escaped, but the van was not so lucky. I mean, I don't understand. Enter the water? I mean, you're going to go into the water? It's like, don't listen. Have your own brain. These things are like stopping you from having brain cells. So I watched that show, Special Forces, the military training. I could never do this. Tom Sandoval from Vanderpump was in it. Tara Reid, who looks like she's 60 years old. She's doing it because she gets abused. They say she's old and fat or whatever. I mean, Des Bryant's in there. He's from, the Cowboys, so he's probably fit. Brian Austin Green, who's Megan Fox's ex, and Black China, who's starting trouble with Brian Austin Green. Don't mess with me. I'm from D.C. I'll F you up, They're in New Zealand, and they're like, it's ice cold. That's alone, I'm gone, okay? There's an explosion. They're screaming. Men are throwing up. I mean, who would want, why are you doing this? They have to walk on some tight wire, and you're like, obviously you're, hanging, but you have to walk and take these steps on a wire. And, I'm sorry, that's like, why would anybody choose to do this? I don't know. But the instructor's like, you're a mess. Jack Osborne, you're hideous. I mean, they're putting stuff on their head and pulling them off, and their hair's all messed up. Why would you want to get that kind of abuse? I don't understand this. But I did watch Dancing with the Stars with Ariana, and she was killing it when she did the tango. I didn't think she'd be as good as she was. So I'm voting on my phone. Ariana. You can vote 10 times. Mauricio probably going to go this week. He's not so good. But there's one other girl that was pretty good. I know Mira Sorvino was good. Jamie Lynn Spears, all right. And I think her name was Charity. So there's two good ones. Charity and Ariana. I think they're both going to win. Or one of them's going to win, obviously. But Ariana was sexy and dazzling. I'll tell you, I thought, wow, So Sandoval has a podcast, Everybody Loves Tom. What do you think? He announces it during that, when she's dancing, the day after, when everybody's talking about her dance. He's such a narcissist. Let's talk about American Horror Story with Kim K. Siobhan, as she's known on the show, dropping F-bombs every minute. She's hysterical. She gave Emma Roberts, who's Anna, it looked like vials of blood to drink. As soon as she drank the blood, she started puking. I mean, disgusting. This show is, don't even watch the show while you're eating. It's disgusting. So this was about, her campaigning for awards. She pukes blood. She's losing her memory. And the worst of it, she has a zit on her face. So it's a nod to Rosemary's Baby. They have a doctor, and her doctor is Dr. Hill. Remember Charles Grodin, Rosemary's Baby, Dr. Hill? Her face is peeling off. I mean, this woman is going through hell. She pukes yellow. She accidentally kills someone in the ladies' room, and then accepts an award from Zachary Quinto. You remember him from Star Trek? She starts hallucinating during the acceptance speech. I mean, then her crotch starts bleeding. This is crazy. Who thinks of these things? I don't know. But She's at the hospital with a female, I don't know, gyno or nurse, whatever. She's got the same zit on her face as Emma Roberts. She sticks a lightsaber up her, you know where, and then she's like, oh, you look fine. And she's bleeding to death. So it looks like she lost the baby. I don't know. I think they stole it. I'll tell you, this is like Rosemary's Baby. Let's get into pets, okay? Let's get into pets. I got to confess something to you right now. I bought a gun. I bought a gun because my cat's driving me crazy. You know, now she's scared. Sorry, John. She's scared of me. I can't use the vacuum cleaner forever. Yeah. So they did studies. More than half of pet owners, dogs and cats, allow them to sleep in their bedrooms. No way. No way. I locked mine out, okay? I give her little loveys. I put a little towel there, a little blankie. But, you know, I let her lay in bed for a couple minutes, and then she starts stepping on my head. I can't have, I got to sleep. I'm going to be miserable if I don't sleep. But I don't know, you guys can do it if your cat or dog is normal. But listen, cats are up at night. They're known for it. Dusk and dawn, they're driving you crazy. Like, I was falling asleep on my recliner, and she's like racing and stepping on my chest. I could have died of a heart attack. Newsweek spoke to Dr. Amber Carter. She's a doctor of veterinary medicine and a member of the American Board of Veterinary Practitioners and owner of Cat Care Clinic. But I say no. My cat climbs on my head. I'm not doing it. So this is another thing. I don't know if your cat does this. My cat takes my toilet paper and I find rolls of it on the floor. So I just look. They can have a negative impact on you if they don't allow you to sleep like mine. I know that they help with preventing heart attack, stroke. Mine will give me a heart attack, I'm telling you. It's like that. Remember Secret Life of Pets when they show the cat going like this with the paw, like very gently, and then all of a sudden the person's not waking up, so the cat picks up the person and slaps them in the face. That's my cat, you know. But yeah, I know they can offer you. It's true. Sometimes when my cat's sleeping, she's very comforting. You know, I hear her little breath. She's cute. But a lot of times she's the devil. A 10-year study by University of Minnesota Stroke Institute of 4,000 people found that cat owners had a 30% lower risk of death from a heart attack compared to non-cat owners. Okay? But, you know, I'll tell you, lack of sleep causes, what does it cause? It causes all kinds of problems. But they're going to have an AIM injection. They call it an AIM injection, where your cat can live 30 years. I don't know if I want my cat to live 30 years. Are you kidding me? I'm already stressed out as it is. If we sleep less than 7 hours, we have health issues. I need to get at least 8 hours. You get asthma, depression, heart attack. Not good. And cats sleep like every couple hours. My cat wakes up and all of a sudden she's nuts again. And she also has a foot fetish. Like me. I have a foot fetish. She's like always going at my feet. I'm like, come on. I'm ticklish, you know, don't do that. So, but this AIM injection prevents kidney failure. A lot of cats have problems with their kidneys. So did anybody watch that monster of a debate, that Republican debate, the second debate that, of course, Trump didn't show up at? A bunch of assholes yelling and talking over each other. That's what it was. DeSantis is like an ape. I'm sorry that he's second in 60 points behind Trump. I don't know what it is now. Ramaswamy has the largest forehead I've seen known to man. That British moderator couldn't even pronounce anybody's name. He was tripping over his words, and they were mad at the Latina in the group. This woman behind the Latina woman, she was making all these kind of faces, this blonde woman. They were like saying racist things on Twitter, which is not Twitter. What is it now? X? I don't even know what it is. I think Nikki Haley's the best one out of all of them. She was like, bring it on! Oh, she was pretty. She's ready. If I had to pick a Republican, I'd go for her. Ramaswamy said trans kids suffer from mental health disorder. He's not smart. I'm sorry. Smart in other ways, dumb in others. Like, I guess it bothered, what's her name on The View? I can't even think of her name. The blonde. But I got to tell you, I just think if someone's ignorant, don't listen to them. You know, it doesn't really bother me. I don't think it's a mental illness. It's like that's what people said about gay people in the 50s. He just is ignorant. He may be smart in some ways. The guy's not very likable. But, oh my gosh, the Spanish moderator, she mentioned that Christie said immigrants should be tracked like FedEx packages. I'm sorry, but that's so funny. Christie, again, went after Trump. He called him Donald Duck. I thought that was a funny comment, but, you know, wouldn't really, compare them to FedEx packages. But, you know, they were going to shut down the government, the Republicans, and then the Border Patrol wouldn't have any border agents because they wouldn't get paid. The military wouldn't get paid. They said they're pro-military and they want more border security, but they were going to shut down. And Matt Gaetz and all those jerks down there, they voted, and Ted Cruz too, give me a break. They finally worked with the Democrats, got it passed. The government is not going to get shut down. So Pence wants the death penalty for mass shootings. He does? I didn't know that. I don't know if that stops anybody because Texas has the death penalty. Don't they? They have a lot of mass shootings. So they came for DeSantis. They said that Florida's worse than the national average for healthcare, which I know this. And he was bragging about it. I really wouldn't brag about Florida's healthcare. Nikki Haley wants transparency for billing. She wants patients in the driver's seat. And it's true, we have the most expensive healthcare in the world. And she said, this is true too, doing tests, it's not because it's necessary, but because they're afraid of lawsuits. That's so true. Mark Milley just retired. Did you hear what he said? We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant, and we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator. I wonder who that's about. I think Donald Trump wants him executed too, but I saw Kamala Harris laughing, smirking in the background. And DeSantis, with all his degrees, cannot pronounce her name. He calls her Kamala. You can't pronounce her name, it's not that hard. Kamala. Let's see. My sister, the Rose Report, I was working at the Big E and she tells me that Dianne Feinstein is dead. Okay, thank you. That's all she does is tell me people's dead. People are dead. She saw Harvey Milk get assassinated. No wonder she's anti-gun. You know, very much for women's rights, reproductive rights, gun laws. She wanted, obviously, stricter gun control. And she was the first mayor of San Fran. First female mayor of San Fran. She was pretty good for women, but not all feminists liked her. So I don't, you know, I gotta say, we have to wait for them to die. They don't leave. It's like wanting a job at a school where you don't get a job unless someone dies. I guess we have to wait for Mr. Freeze to die. Megan's talking to me. Oh, you're off. I can't take this anymore. I gotta end the show because it's like I could go on forever, but you know, you guys have short attention span, so I gotta go get some more hats. You're killing me. You're winning all these hats and I got none left. Thank you. Subscribe to me. TRIXXI'Podcast@gmail.com. You can email me. Make sure you subscribe and thanks for watching. Talk to you again next week.